World, hello Facebook world, hello beautiful friends. Here we are live for Iron Gypsy on how meditation changed my life. So I'm just going to hang on a little bit for people to start joining. I see Kayla Houchin on Instagram. Hello, beautiful friend. Let's see if we've got any friends yet on Facebook. We're just going to hold on. Hey, Stephanie, Denise, Megan, the Iron Gypsy tribe. Amazing. This is so great. And as you're hopping on, please just leave a note where you are joining from. And my lovely ladies who are part of the Iron Gypsy tribe, if you would like to identify yourself as tribe members, that would be amazing. I see Jackson, I see Chelsea, Caleb. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited. I think of all the topics that I've ever done a live event on, this might be number one. And for those who are tribe members, you all probably know why. Because as far as transformation goes, I think that meditation has probably been the most critical element of my transformation as I've been looking back. And I think even talking to a lot of the tribe members, a lot of my clients, they would say the same. Like most people know me as fitness. They think of me as, oh, the transformation from a body perspective. But y'all, like there's so much beyond the physical, beyond the body transformation that is actually more of my own personal story and more of what I do as a coach and through Iron Gypsy. So I am beyond excited to share some of my journey with all of you and really how meditation, I believe, can also start to improve your life. So I see Annie, I see Fabio, I see Lorna calling in from Calgary, Yuki, William, Brandon. So you guys, as you're joining, please just drop a line, drop a note where you're calling from, where you're joining from. Miami Airport, awesome. Tribe member, Denise, hello. Yes, please, please, please. And the other thing that I'd like you guys to just note would be, do you meditate now? Do you have a meditation practice? And if you have, how long, what kind of benefits has it brought you? And so one thing I'm thinking about doing tonight that's a little bit different, and literally I just thought about this right before I came online. I would love to start us out with a little bit of a meditation. So give me a heart or a like if you guys are up for trying something a little bit different. So I love to guide. I love to guide intuitively, and something really called me tonight to actually start off with a meditation. So I've never done this on a live event before. I've done it a ton with the Iron Gypsy tribe. We actually have a ritual that we do every call. We always start with a guided meditation, or what I call a centering exercise. I see lots of likes and hearts. Awesome. That means we're going to kick off with a meditation. Cool. I see Mary. I see Richard calling in from New Jersey. Tegan, I know from LA. Chris. Awesome. Okay, we're going to give it just a couple more minutes. You guys, I wish I could show you. Like, there is so much that I want to share with you tonight. I have this huge whiteboard. So if I keep looking up to this direction, that's why, because I have all these notes of questions that people have been asking me, things that I just feel are so important to share with you all. So, oh my gosh, like when I first had the idea to do this Facebook Live on meditation, first of all, I had this major limiting belief about the fact that, like, who's going to be interested in meditation? Like, that's so woo-woo. It's so out there. Like, it's not mainstream. And I had to get over that, first of all. But secondly, like I said, it's been such a critical part of my journey that I'm so passionate about this. And if you are ready to say yes to just even trying meditation, it will open you up and it will shift you in ways that I cannot even describe to you. And so I really am just glad that you guys are saying yes, and you're here and you're interested. So I haven't seen too many people. Okay, yes, Kayla says, yes, doing meditation as part of yoga class. That's kind of one of the one of the ways that I started with meditation as well. I'm going to share my story, so I won't get into that too much. But anyone else, let me know if you've tried meditation, if you do guided meditation, if you've used apps, if you just experiment on your own. And what I'm going to share with you tonight, you're probably going to realize you do meditation, you just don't call it that. And whether you call it meditation, prayer, visualization, closed eye exercises, I want to get us away from all of these ideas and these labels that we think we have to put on what meditation is, and help us just open up our mind to what it can be and how it can actually become a personal practice that's not about any rules or what anybody else says it has to be, but it's actually about you and what you want to receive from it. So that's my way. I'm an Aquarius. If y'all know anything about astrology, like, we like to kind of make our own rules and we like to kind of be free and do it our way. And so that's my viewpoint on meditation. So I'm going to share what has worked for me and what I have found through trial and error and tons of courses all over the world. And some of it you may not read in a book. Some of it you might. Some of it you might agree with. Some of it you might say, that lady, that Iron Gypsy person is crazy and insane and kind of weird. I'm all about owning your weird for those of you who followed me for a while. So you're just going to get the real deal. You're going to get the true story of what I actually do, what I found works, and hopefully you'll take something. Like I said, it might just pique your interest. Some of it is going to stick with you and you're going to want to use it. And some of you, if it doesn't, sit well with you, if it doesn't hold up to your inner fire in your heart, like, let it go. Take what works for you, take what you think is valuable, and leave the rest. I won't be offended. This is about you, your journey. We're all different. We all have our own ways of doing things that work well. And so that's, I would say, probably the biggest thing that I want to share with you tonight is, let's just get rid of the rules about what we think meditation has to be and decide what we want it to be for us and how it can add value to our lives. So without further ado, I did see a couple of notes. I saw that Caleb had said that he's tried it once. Denise is part of the Iron Gypsy tribe, and she does the guided meditations, which, gosh, they're my favorite part of tribe life, as I call it. So I'm going to talk more about what the Iron Gypsy tribe is at the end. But stick with us. There's a lot to come tonight. What I do want to start us off with, now that I see we've got a lot of people joining, is let's go into a meditation. So this is going to be kind of weird for you unless you close your eyes, because you're going to see me most of the time during this with my eyes closed. So we're just going to go all in. We're going to step outside our comfort zone. And if this is your first time with meditation, I am honored and privileged to be able to guide for you. And I know that there was a reason why I was called to do this, to kick things off tonight. So we are all going to take something from this meditation and something from tonight that's going to add some value to our lives. So let's just say yes to going all in. And like I said, stepping outside of our comfort zone and giving meditation with Iron Gypsy a little bit of a try. So I'm going to keep it really short. We're only going to do like a minute or two. And that's something really important to think about in terms of meditation. It's not about how long you meditate for. It's about the intention that you bring. And it's about giving all of your energy to the present moment. That is probably one of the biggest things that meditation has given me, is just this ability to actually live in the moment, to enjoy the journey in the present and not constantly be worried about the past or the future, but literally like being able to embrace, enjoy the journey and trust it. Trust the journey, trust the process, trust life. My Reiki teacher, she likes to say every step is the destination. And that's something that I've really started using as a motto for my life. Like when I'm in meditation, trust. I do, and I want you to as well in this moment. This is exactly where you are meant to be. So let's begin. We're going to just do this. So for those who are going to join and they're going to see me with my eyes closed, they're probably going to be freaked out. But like I said, I'm all about owning my weird. So I'd like you to just close your eyes, relax, and whatever that means to you. We're going to talk about this tonight, relaxation and meditation. It doesn't always have to be seated with your legs crossed or in a certain position. It can be done walking. It can be done moving. Tonight, we're going to do it seated, and we're going to do it with our eyes closed, but it doesn't have to be that way. So just start by taking your attention and your focus and turning inward. So just leaving behind whatever happened earlier today, wherever you were before you hopped online tonight, whatever you might be holding on to that might stop you from being present and focused. Let's just set the intention to let that go. Let that shit go, as I often like to say. So just close your eyes and begin to breathe long, slow, and deep, and make your breath gentle. And I'd like you to practice breathing into your belly. So what that actually allows us to do is drop out of a fight or flight mode and into a rest and digest mode. And if you can, breathe in and out through your nose, but if that's uncomfortable, you can breathe through your mouth. And then there's a couple of key places that are really beneficial for relaxation that can really shift you into a relaxed state very quickly. So focus on relaxing your forehead, the corners of your eyes, making your eyes very heavy, almost like you can't even open them if you tried. Your jaw and your neck and shoulders. Those tend to be the places that we really hold a lot of tension and stress. So even at work, if you need to shift into a more relaxed state, you can do it very quickly by relaxing those areas. And then I want you to open up your shoulders and drop them down away from your ears, opening up your heart chakra. And I want you to just bring your attention down into your heart area, into the center of your chest. Again, long, slow, deep breaths, very gentle and relaxed. And we're going to align ourselves with an intention for this evening. So each of us is here on this call for a specific purpose and a reason. Maybe you know what that is for you, and maybe you don't. Maybe you have no idea why you joined tonight. But in quiet and stillness, that's often where we come up with these answers that can really begin to shift how we see ourselves and how we see life and our journey. So just ask yourself intuitively, what am I here for? What am I here for? What am I here to learn? How am I here to grow? And just let an answer rise up. And trust it. Trust that whatever's meant for you to know or hear in this call is exactly what's meant for you in this moment, at this time, on this journey. And the next thing I want you to ask yourself is, what do I need to let go of to be fully present this evening? What do I need to let go of to be fully present in life? And just trust that answer. And finally, our last question. What do you want to feel? What emotion, what feeling do you want to align with in this moment tonight to get the most out of this presentation, this opportunity to learn and to grow and to show up more fully for yourself in your life? What do you want to feel? Just root into that emotion, into that feeling. Breathe it in, exhale, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So I didn't see too many people leaving comments during that, so that was good. Hopefully that didn't creep you out or anything, or wasn't too woo-woo for you, but I really did. I really felt if we were going to talk about meditation tonight, I needed to give you a chance to see. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Give it a try and give me a like or a heart or something if you enjoyed that, if it was your first experience, and I'd love for you to share. I'm going to be very open and honest and vulnerable with you tonight. And I want to open it up for you guys to do the same. What did anything come up for you? Did you learn anything? Did you feel anything in your body? Did you let go of anything? Was it totally freaking weird and you were like, oh my God, why is she closing her eyes? Just be honest. I would love to hear your input and your insights. I am so grateful for the hearts right now. Thank you. And I am so grateful that you were willing to step outside your comfort zone if you played along with that. So I just want to invite you tonight as we go forward, if you have comments, if you have questions. I have a ton of content to share, but I really want this to be shaped by you. And if you did enjoy that meditation, stay tuned. Actually, no, stay tuned. I'm going to be sharing how you can get a free meditation that includes all of my benefits, all of my best practices for meditation, and one easy to follow guided meditation. And I also have kind of a cheat sheet, a meditation cheat sheet that will help you break through anything that's holding you back from getting the most out of meditation and how to actually start a practice of your own. So if you are in for that, up for that, stay tuned and stick around till the end, because I will give you information on how you can get the free bees, the free stuff, the free how-tos, the free guided meditation. Okay, so let the questions roll throughout. Hearts, I love it. Keep the hearts coming. They like that energy really, really inspires me, obviously. So let's see how I found meditation. Let me start there, because some of you probably heard this story before, but I would love to say that I had this like really super spiritual, like super, oh my gosh, I want to be a better person reason for starting meditation. That's not it really at all. Actually, I was introduced or brought to meditation by a coach of mine, a trainer of mine actually. And I started meditation because I wanted to improve my performance in the gym. I wanted to have a better body. That's why I started meditating. Absolutely, it helped me. I started with an app called Headspace, and it did. It allowed me to focus, oh shoot, we're paused on Instagram. Hopefully we're still good on Facebook. It did allow me to improve my performance in the gym. I could focus so much better. I was getting more out of my workouts. My performance at work improved as well. I was much better able to really tune into what I was doing, to be present, to get more done more quickly. My health improved dramatically because my stress level dropped, but also meditation is great for things like high blood pressure. So I also learned pretty early in my meditation career, we'll call it, something called transcendental meditation, which is endorsed by the American Heart Association. And it dramatically dropped my blood pressure. I was very healthy, but high blood pressure actually runs in my family. And so I had a lot of struggles with that. And so it totally improved that very quickly. And so there were a lot of health and sort of like external benefits that I noticed really early on within the first couple of months of meditation. But being me as I am, I was using some very structured forms of meditation. So things like apps and transcendental meditation, which is very much like focus for 20 minutes and try not to have any thoughts. And me being the curious brain that I am, and sort of having this, I believe was always sort of this calling, or like this innate knowing that this would be part of more of a spiritual journey for me and more of a journey of growth and self-discovery, I really started to become more curious about what else meditation could be for me. And so I started to experiment a lot with different meditations I would find online on YouTube. I started following a lot of, more spiritual people like Gabby Bernstein. Tony Robbins does a ton of what he calls closed eye exercises at his events, and has a priming exercise, for example, that's a closed eye exercise, which is also a form of meditation. I started doing meditation while walking, and really what it became was, instead of this practice of it has to be this specific way, it became anything that helped me go inside of myself. So take myself out of the external world that we all live in and that we're all consumed by, and anything that helped me go inward was a form of meditation. So like I said, walking, even at the gym. But I did start to carve out time every single day. So this has been over 2 years now that I've been meditating every day except for I think one, and I literally broke my toe that day. So like I know that meditation has to be part of my day. Like it just has to be. It's a necessity. It's something that I need for me. And so I started to get really creative. And so I started to do things like a lot of journaling incorporated. So one of my best strategies for meditation is questions. I write down in my journal, like, this is a question that I have. This is something that's bothering me. This is something that I know I need to sort through. And my single point of focus becomes solving that problem, going deep within myself to come up with the answer from an intuitive space. So a lot of what you read online, a lot of what people tell you, they'll say, like, you want to have no thoughts. You don't want to think about anything. I believe that is possible, and I believe that's a great way to meditate, but I also believe that we have a lot of energy, a lot of shit, a lot of lines, a lot of emotions that we have to purge, a lot of thoughts that we don't have time to think about in daily life. And meditation is a great way, this form of self-reflective meditation is a great way of getting us into that space where we can answer some of these deep questions. And what it brought me was, wow, like literally my whole life has changed and it shifted. And a lot of the decisions that I've made in terms of aligning my life with love and passion and what I really want and what I believe is my purpose, instead of a life of certainty and fear, like that is from meditation. The courage to do that, the sense of knowing, the intuitive insights, the creativity, like that has come from meditation. That didn't come from a gym. It didn't come from even traveling. And even while traveling, meditation was part of my life every single day. So you don't have to travel around the world. You don't have to leave home to take a journey into yourself and to learn more about you and to grow. It can happen on a walk in nature. It can happen with your eyes closed in silence. It can happen, anywhere that you take yourself from the outside to the inside and give yourself a single point of focus on what is it that I need to work through? What is it that I want to, align with today? And so questions are big for me, but also visualization. So I even started using visualization even before I started meditating. So when I was doing fitness competitions, again, like it's crazy because fitness brought me to a lot of this. But I believe that fitness was really part of my life because it was never about fitness. It was about all the lessons that I would learn through my body and through the different strategies and tactics and teachers and mentors that I came to through that journey. And so I started to use visualization when I was training and prepping for my first fitness show to be able to put myself in that state of mind. But then visualization, I began to use it as a form of meditation before big business meetings, before I had the conversation with my boss about leaving my job, and before, having big conversations in relationships. Like I started to visualize and see myself stepping into my highest self in my meditations. I use a lot of affirmations. So I am statements, and literally I have a whole bunch of them written on my board that I used tonight before prepping for this. Like, every day, I am love. I am love. I am a creator. I am right where I need to be. I trust myself. All of these things we don't hear this, right? We don't hear this, and we don't naturally tell ourselves these things. So we've got to create the space to do that. And we've got to be able to turn off the outside world for a while and turn off the chatter that goes on in the mind to be able to choose our thoughts. And I really think that's what meditation is for me. If I'm going to say it in a very simple way, it's choosing your thoughts. And as you choose those thoughts in a meditative space with your eyes closed and sitting still or creating just quiet time for yourself, then it can become a part of your life and just how you live. The mindset that you create in meditation, the vibration that you lift yourself to, pretty soon what starts to happen is that just becomes you. That becomes your external vibration as well. So you change the inside, the outside's going to shift with it. You change your thoughts, your reality is going to shift with it. So it's all about the power of the mind, which is beautiful. So first the body started to change, then the mindset started to change, and then literally I started to unlock all these intuitive abilities and this creativity and the sense of knowing and the sense of love, this sense of self-love. Like I literally traveled around the world this last year. And, I don't know what I thought that I was looking for, but I know what I really was looking for all along was just accepting myself, owning my worth, trusting myself. And I got that through meditation and through my Reiki journey. And like I said, it didn't come from any of the travel or any of the exotic places or any of the courses. It came from going within. And the other thing that I think happens when we start to say yes to a journey of meditation and self-reflection and going inside ourselves is the right people and the right opportunities start to show up. So exactly like what happened to you tonight, coming to this session, like hopefully you'll gain something from this that will help you and start to shift you and will start to see things in the world differently. That happened to me. I found the right teachers, the right mentors, the right programs, the right meditations. I heard the right quotes. Like when you say yes, the world starts to open up, and meditation is what did that for me. Gosh, I want to look at my list here. So creativity, intuition. I talked a little bit about this, but what I thought was really my desire to be an achiever, and what I thought was just this desire to be my best was actually a lot of living in fear. And that's how I lived before I found meditation. I was constantly, if you knew me back then, most of you did, I always came off like a really confident person, right? But there was constantly this ball of anxiety inside of me, like, am I good enough? Am I worthy enough? Am I doing it right? What will this person think? What will that person think? And who do I need to be in this situation? And, you know, like, what will the most people approve of? That was constantly like the dialogue that was going on in my head. And like I said, you would probably never know it by looking at me, because I just looked like somebody who really wanted to be an achiever and a go-getter. And yes, that was true, but there was a lot of fear and anxiety behind it. And I was very hard on myself. I had this voice of an internal critic. Give me a like or a heart or a comment if you have an internal critic inside of you that is usually more loud than that quiet, calming voice of your highest self. Give me a comment, give me something if you know what I'm talking about, because my internal critic was loud, y'all, was loud, and I had to start to choose thoughts, and I had to start to use affirmations, and I had to start to ask myself the right questions to get past that. But I can say, and I'm saying this from a place of authenticity, does that inner critic still come up? Does that judgment, that voice of judgment and that voice of fear still come up? Yes, but I'm aware of it, and I know how to turn it off. I know how to turn it off. I know the strategies. I know the tactics. I know the people. I've called in the people. And gosh, speaking of the ability to manifest, like meditation can do that. It will bring you, it won't always bring you like a pile of money, maybe. It won't always bring you like, poof, all of a sudden you have this beautiful brand new car, you won the lottery or something. But when you start to go inward and you start to use things like meditation and visualization and affirmations and vision boards and whatever strategies you think work for you, the point is when you start to ask the universe to support you on this quest for more and this quest for growth, it will, like the right people and the right experiences will show up, and those gifts will be presented to you. And I always say that, you know, sometimes those gifts come in disguise. We don't always get our lessons like in a nice pretty box with a bow on them, or these gifts, but they always show up. Like I know that a lot of, you know, all of the people that I've called in to be my teachers and my guides, and even my finding things like Reiki and meditation, I called all that in. I called all that in by saying yes. And so whatever it is that you want in your life, and that's what you need to decide. I had a lot of questions from people on and comments about, you know, why can't I meditate, or I can't meditate, or my mind is full of chatter, or whatever. The first thing that I would say to that is decide why you want this. You know, like many people, like, you know, there's a lot out there on the benefits of meditation, but if you just read it in a book or you read a magazine article that says how good meditation is for you, and you decide, well, I should probably try that because everybody says it's a good idea. I don't care what everybody says. Why do you want it? Why is it important to you? What benefit do you want to receive from meditation? Do you want the health benefits? Then commit to that. Commit to aligning with practices that allow you, because there are certain types of meditation that will allow you, so something like transcendental meditation and going to the quiet space in the mind that will allow you to get the health benefits. And there are other types of meditation, for example, chakra meditation, which I love, or something like Reiki. If you want the deep, personal, spiritual journey, you want to let go of the stuff that has been holding you back forever, you want to start to manifest and create and align with your masculine energy, your feminine energy, whatever it is you want to align with, whatever it is you want to feel more of, that is a different type of meditation. And the meditation that I'll share with you is all about intention. It's all about setting intentions and aligning with intentions. So no matter what it is that you want to feel and what it is that you want to receive from meditation, this meditation can do that for you. But decide why it's important to you, and don't just do it because somebody said it was a good idea. Even because I said it was a good idea, even because I said you're here for a reason, like, I don't know what that reason is. Maybe it is because you needed to hear that. Whatever you want in life, whatever is stopping you, wherever you're stuck, you've got to decide why you want it and why it's important to you. What is your why? Why are you committed to it? And suddenly all the things that got in the way, all the chatter, all the, the reasons why we don't have time to meditate, they start to melt away because we get really clear on what it is that we want. We always make time for the things that are important to us. So make it important. If you want to reap the benefits of meditation, root into what is it that you want to improve? How do you want to change? How do you want to feel? How do you want to shift your life? And then start to create a meditation practice that allows you to do that. And I'm going to give you some of the tips and tools and even a place to start in a guided meditation that will allow you to start to figure out what meditation can be, will be, should be for you. And if you're just sitting there kind of like I was in many things, like for example, Reiki, I had no idea why I wanted it, but I knew that I did. Like I knew it had something for me and I was committed to that. I was committed to the journey and committed to growth. Like you might not even know how you want to grow, but you want to grow, and that's a number one need or value for you. Meditation is it, because I think what many people start to realize as you go down this journey of becoming more and better and achieving and growth, eventually you hit a point where I believe personally, what you read, mindset work, what other people tell you and can teach you will only get you so far. There comes a point where you have to go within, because we have this untapped resource within ourselves. We have all kinds of stored information. And I'm going to sound totally woo-woo, but I believe from many different lifetimes, like from our family, like so much that we don't even tap into, that we know. I posted something earlier today. It was all you need is within you. Like everything you want, everything you need, all the answers, they're inside of you. So if you can get quiet enough and still enough, or even just introspective enough, or curious enough, to ask the questions and lead yourself, get yourself to the answers, like you will learn so much more from what's inside of you than you can read in any book, than you can learn in any course, than anyone can teach you. But sometimes we do need guides. We do need people to help us. We do need people to help us ask the right questions. And we need people to help us hold up a mirror to ourselves and say, see, you knew the answer all along, and just validate and just give us permission to say, yes, you do. You're doing it right. And that's something else I want to say about meditation. Another limiting belief that I see get in the way for people is they believe there's a certain way that it has to be done. You're doing it right, no matter what you're doing. If you're just closing your eyes, if you're walking, if you're listening to music and you're calling it meditation, beautiful, that's great. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not the right way to do it. Because if you're getting the benefits, if you feel yourself growing and improving and going deeper in yourself, you're doing it right. Congratulations. I'm going to be the first to break it to you. Like, you don't have to do it my way. You don't have to do it anybody else's way, but just do it. Just say yes to the journey and just start. I love the hearts that I'm seeing on that one, you guys. Like, yes, I'm unleashing the Aquarius tonight. Like, do it your way, own it, enjoy it, and make it your own. Make it your own. Another suggestion that I wanted to give was, there's a lot of different guidance out there on when you should meditate. And I am a fan of morning meditation. I also like to do later in the day, but sometimes evening can be great for shifting into a mode of going to sleep. But another thing that usually comes up, and this is one of the reasons why I like to do it early in the morning, but not first thing in the morning is there's a lot of chatter, right? Like we've got the to-do list in our head. So I find it really, really helpful to make a to-do list. So rather than sitting down and then the to-do list is like circling in your mind, just get it out, spit it out, put it in your journal, put it on a whiteboard, make a list of all the stuff that you think you have to get done that day that could possibly be more important than your meditation, and just get it out. Purge it, and it's okay to have thoughts during your meditation. I am not a believer in like silence all the thoughts, but the chatter and the to-do list, that's where the barrier can be. That's what can get in our way. But if there are other things that are coming up for you, there are emotions that are coming up. There are things you've been holding on to. There are, like we asked ourselves earlier tonight in our opening meditation, what do you need to let go of? If there's something that keeps coming up, like that's probably something that you need to explore. So ask yourself, there's a thought that keeps coming up for you in meditation. Like use that to your advantage. Use that as a way to go deeper into yourself. What is this trying to tell me? Like, what is the purpose of this? What am I holding on to? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to align with? Why is this coming up? Ask yourself some of those questions. Instead of beating yourself up and judging yourself, that's one of the biggest things about meditation is letting go of the judgment and just putting ourselves in a space of non-judgment, self-love, like, yeah, I'm having thoughts. I'm a human being. I've got shit going on. And you know what? I'm going to use this time to sift through some of that and to just turn off all the opinions of everybody else, all the shoulds, all the I have tos, all of what everybody else thinks and says. And like I said, should. There's so much shoulding that we all do. Take an opportunity to just be in you. Just be in you, just be with your own thoughts. And that's okay. That's totally okay. And, get the to-do list out. But then if there are still things coming up, it's okay to explore that. The other thing that gets in the way, a barrier to meditation. So once you've rooted into why you want it, you've gotten rid of the to-do list and the just busy thoughts, and you're still having a problem with meditation or a challenge, either creating the time or going deeper or whatever, I would ask you to just take a look at what could you possibly be fearing? Are you afraid to feel? Because I will tell you, I was the master of numbing. I, go to the bar, have some drinks, keep yourself busy, go all the time, work yourself to the bone, go to the gym, scan on social media, look at everybody else's lives, judge other people, compare yourself, do all that. I would do anything to keep my mind off of the emotions that I had inside. And I don't know, give me a heart, give me something if you can relate. How many people maybe have some limiting beliefs or some fears about feeling and judgment about feeling and emotions? Because I did. And that was something that I really had to work through. And something that Reiki gave me as a gift was unlocking a lot of emotions that I had stuffed down, a lot of uncried tears, a lot of things that I didn't want to face, I didn't want to feel, I didn't want to let go of, thank you for all the hearts, I didn't want to think about. And yes, meditation, Reiki, going deep into self, it brought them up. But what it also does is it cleans out our lines. And because when we hold those things, it's just when you eat, you're eating really food that's not really good for you all the time, but you don't really notice it because you're just in this constant state of not really eating things that are good for you. And then when you start eating clean and healthy, you feel it when you eat something that's not as good for you, right? It's kind of like that. When we're holding all of these emotions and we're stuffing them, and we hold them typically in our sacral chakra. So the area below your belly button, that's the chakra where emotions tend to get stuck, especially if you're a woman. So if you have a lot of problems in that area, if you have a lot of tension there, if you feel heaviness there and tightness there, or just digestion issues, things like that, you're probably holding a lot of emotions, okay? Because even if you're holding extra weight there, seriously, I really believe that is a sign that we are stuffing and holding and numbing. And so we've got to let go of this judgment. And I hear this all the time, and I judged myself for it. And I'm so grateful to my teacher, my Reiki teacher, Yolanda, because she helped me through a lot of this. And that was, we've got to stop judging ourselves for emotions. They don't make us weak. Ladies, especially, this is especially to you. Emotions are our greatest gift. We are supposed to feel. Women are supposed to feel. We're supposed to be emotional. We're supposed to feel love. We're supposed to flow. We're supposed to go through different phases throughout our month. Y'all, we're tied to the moon. The moon has phases. We have seasons. We have phases. We have all kinds of shifts and things that go on with us and with our bodies hormonally. But beyond that, like, that's just what we're wired to do and to be. And emotions do not make you weak, man or woman. It takes a much stronger person to allow ourselves to feel than it does to hold that and stuff it and put on this, either this happy face of nothing's ever wrong, I'm perfect and life is always happy, or this like pissed offness of, you know, like, I'm just going to be mad at the world, but I'm not going to face really why. I'm not going to try to change it. I'm sorry, that's not courage. Courage is releasing. Courage is facing it. And, you know, you hear a lot in Buddha, for example, non-attachment. Buddhism talks about non-attachment. And sure, from a spiritual perspective, like, the goal may be like, we want to be in this constant state of peace and love and harmony. But you can't, I don't believe that you can just be like, okay, I'm just going to turn that on and not deal with what we've been stuffing for so long. If you've cleaned out your lines, if you've, you know, purged the emotions, then yes, absolutely, we can live in that beautiful state. And I do think that living in that beautiful state is a choice, but it also, we have to give ourselves the grace and the time and the opportunity to learn by releasing those emotions. So not attaching ourselves to them, but the quickest way to deal with emotion is to feel it and let it pass. And that is non-attachment at its finest. So Tony Robbins always talks about, like, feel it for 90 seconds and let it go. That's kind of the strategy. You know, it's not always going to pass that quickly. I'm just going to say that. But that's a really good strategy. And that's a really good mindset to get into in terms of not attaching ourselves to emotions. We attach when we stuff it, because then we want to hold it and we keep it and we just keep stuffing. But when we feel it and we let it go, we can release it. And we can start to look at, okay, what caused this and what changes do I need to make in my life? How can I shift so that I start to align myself with what I actually want to feel? And choose what you want to feel in your life and in your meditation. So at the end of every meditation, even if I've released a lot of emotions, a lot of really difficult emotions in this particular meditation, I always align myself with what I want to feel. And those are 3 questions that I ask myself probably, I would say, every day. And when I say intention setting in life with intention, the 3 questions I ask: how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel? How do you want to grow? How do you want to give? You ask yourself those 3 questions in your meditation every day. And when you get the guided meditation, they're part of that. You will shift your life. And before you leave your meditation, set your intention on how you want to feel. And don't leave that space, don't leave that meditation until you have felt that feeling. So love, that is mine every single day. It's love. Until I feel love, until I feel my vibration lifting to a place of love, I'm not going anywhere. That's just one of my personal practices and things that I do. That doesn't have to be part of yours, but I believe that when we choose how we want to feel and we align ourselves with that, we will live as that. We will radiate that. We will be that, and we will also do from a place of that. So another limiting belief that I wanted to talk about was this fear of, if I slow down for a minute, where's my worth? What's my worth? Like, if I'm not producing, doing something all the time, like, that's, oh my God, that's my worth. Like, what I do and what I produce and what I achieve, like, that's my worth. That was my worth. That was my worth. My body and, you know, looks and achievements, but then doing. And if I wasn't doing, I didn't feel worthy. So it can be really scary to even let go of that for 2 minutes and take time out to say, no, I'm going to be. I'm just going to be. So I talk a lot about keeping your cup full. And I see my beautiful friend Sharon, she shared this with me. At one point, we had a lot of conversations on being and keeping your cup full. And it is something that I believe is so important. So important. If we want to give, if we want to be there for others, if we want to grow, we've got to keep our cup full. We've got to refill ourselves. And taking time out from the craziness of life is a way of doing that. And trust me, the world is not going to fall apart if you start taking 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even 20 minutes a day for you, or get up a little bit earlier and maybe like cut back on time for social media, because this is important. It's important to fill your cup. And if you're here and you're still listening, you clearly want to grow. You clearly want something. You clearly want more and different for your life. I'm not saying completely different, but maybe you just want to see what's been there all along. You want to start to see your own beauty and feel your own beauty and align with that. So it doesn't have to be this big transformation. Most of the time what happens when we say yes to something like meditation and deep introspection is starting to see what's been there all along and stepping into seeing our true beauty and living in a way that aligns with our highest self and our true self and our authentic self. And doing that from a place of no longer fearing what will people think and what if I'm not enough, because you begin to start to give yourself that love. You start to see and feel your own worth. And the other thing that meditation has done for me is somewhere near the beginning of this journey, I decided that I wanted to, I'm going to use this phrase, build my spirituality from the ground up. I wanted to just kind of like create a relationship with something bigger than me. Whether you call it God, you call it a higher power, you call it energy, you call it love. I like to call it love a lot of times. I wanted to create that from a space that felt authentic and real and a true connection. So many of you I know have a faith that you practice. You go to church, you have a religion. Like, this does not conflict with that. But what I found personally through meditation is that I'm able to connect more deeply with this higher power, with our creator, with God. And I'm not going to like sugarcoat it or pretend that that's not a part of what we talk about in Iron Gypsy or not a part of the way that I coach. It absolutely is, but it's not about anything specific or any specific beliefs or religious practices. Like, meditation gives a lot of freedom to make it a very personal relationship. There's no middleman. It's very much a direct conversation with this higher power, with this voice. And a lot of times that voice that's out here, that voice of God, love, whatever, is also in here, because it comes from the same place. It's creation. We are created in that image, and we have that voice within us. Like, our highest self is aligned with that. So it can be a really, really beautiful way to come into a whole new aspect of spirituality, religion, faith, love, whatever you want to call it. And that's one of the things that I'm most grateful for on this whole journey. Okay, gosh, I've covered a lot. Questions, guys. I've been talking for a long time and I'm seeing very few questions. I know you guys have them, so let them fly if you have them. I do have 6 steps that I'm going to provide you guys with for meditation. So if you're wanting more specifics, I can kind of go through some of the key elements, and I hit some of those. But in meditation, the relaxation that we did at the beginning with closing the eyes, relaxing the forehead, the corners of the eyes, the jaw, the neck and shoulders, breathing deep and taking the awareness from outside to inside, that's key. Releasing, that's really important. So what do you need to release to bring yourself into the meditation, into the place of going inside yourself? And oftentimes we feel it in our bodies. This is one of the reasons why I really, really like chakra meditation. And if you guys are interested in chakras, I'm going to be putting out a YouTube video on it, but I may also do a Facebook Live. So give me a like if you're interested in learning more about chakras. Give me some hearts, because I could go really, really deep on that. But I like chakras because they really do bring together body, mind, soul. And they also can be very physical. So I find that when I need to release something that I've been holding on to, a thought, a limiting belief, even something that's very physical, thanks for the likes, the chakra will do something on that. I can tune into that chakra, and the chakras, there are energetic organs, and they hold information on different aspects of our life, different things that show up for us, different emotions. And so when I can tune into, oh my gosh, I am holding my heart, like my chest feels really tight today for some reason. I'm holding something in my heart chakra. And usually that's something to do with love, judging myself, not holding myself in unconditional love, not being open to love, being afraid of love. Like there's information that's held in all of these different chakras. And so I'd love to share with you more deeply on that. But when we need to release, we can go to that part of the body and we can ask that part of our body intuitively, like, okay, what do I need to let go of? What is this pain? What is this tightness? What is this energy I'm holding here? What is it telling me I need to focus on to release? So relax, release. And then I like to set intentions. So asking myself those 3 questions. What do I want to feel? How do I want to grow? How do I want to give? Those are my 3 questions that I like to use for intention setting. And then from there, I pick a word. I pick a specific intention for that meditation, and even for that specific day. And I align myself with that in thought. So using affirmations, an I am statement. So I am love, I am love, I am a creator, I am abundant, I am healthy, I'm strong, I am empowered, whatever it is that feels right to you and whatever comes up to you based on your intentions that you've come up with through the answers to those 3 questions. And then I like to visualize it. So this is where the visualization aspect comes in. I like to really see myself going throughout my day, doing what I need to do, taking the actions I need to take, but being and radiating this intention. So aligning with it. What does that look like? And then, as I said earlier, finally, bringing that energy in, feeling that energy. So you want to feel love. What does love feel like to you? Bring that energy in. You want to feel freedom. What does freedom feel like to you in your body? Bring that in. You want to feel abundant. You want to feel powerful. You want to feel strong. And so actually Tony Robbins likes to talk about something called incantations. And so the way that that's different from an affirmation is it is actually physical. So you may even wish to, sometimes I like to use music. I like to get up and move around and like really feel this energy, feel this emotion, feel this intention in my body. I know this sounds crazy and weird and woo-woo, but I'm telling you, it works. Give me a like if you've ever tried it and it's worked for you. It really can shift you, and it will shift how you show up in the world, and people will start to notice and they'll start to ask, like, what are you doing differently? I feel your energy. You're like, literally people will say, I feel your energy. And that is, wow, such a beautiful sign that, okay, you're doing it right. You're afraid you're doing it. Everyone wants to know they're doing it right. Like, yeah, people will start to notice you will feel different. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think people were leaving comments that I wasn't seeing. So sorry about that. Okay. So if you have questions, go ahead and type them. We're getting close to the end of the hour, and I know Instagram cuts out after an hour. So let me think about what else we haven't talked about. I know there were a lot of questions on Reiki and energy healing. So I will be, I'm going to make the announcement right now, doing Facebook Live events for the next 3 Tuesdays. So the same time, same place, I will be going live the next 2 weeks after this at a minimum. So next week I'm going to talk about Reiki. I'm going to talk about energy healing and my Reiki journey, and probably a little bit more on chakras. And the following week, I'm going to talk about a really new and exciting program that I'm going to have coming out. I'll just announce it right now. It's called Love Your Body, and it's all about body image, and it's all about healing your relationship with your body. And I have probably never been more excited about a project in my life, and the Iron Gypsy Tribe is trying it now. So give me a heart, Iron Gypsy Tribe, if you are loving the journey that we just started a couple of days ago. And I'll just share a little bit on that right now. So the Iron Gypsy Tribe, for those of you who might be curious, is a group of women who are growing together, who support one another, who have a safe space where anything goes, even my crazy weirdo-ness and my videos of me with like no makeup waking up in the morning and like just sharing whatever is on my brain in hopes that it will inspire and motivate and help people. But we also have monthly content, and we have a different topic every month, and a meditation, journal questions, specific personal growth activities. Nutrition coaching is involved in that, as well as workouts. So if you are a lady and you are looking for a tribe, a group to grow with, something has piqued your interest about what you've heard tonight in meditation and wanting to say yes to a journey, The Iron Gypsy Tribe, I'm just going to say it right now, it's for you. And if you join now by next Tuesday, we'll make that the deadline. It is just $75 a month, and that includes the Love Your Body program, which you will be able to start on ASAP, like right away. I will give you access to that. So it's a really great opportunity to get in now, because otherwise the Love Your Body program will be priced separately from the tribe membership, which obviously will always be open, but now you can get it included in the tribe membership price, which is going to be a much, much, much better deal. So say yes tonight. Let me know if you're interested in that. You can send me a note directly, or go to my website. There's more information on there. So I'll drop the link for you guys. The other thing I wanted to mention, so meditation, as you guys know, is really the foundation of all that I do. And really what I do is I help guide and help people ask the right questions, and I hold up a mirror. So oftentimes, like I shared earlier, the voices of I can't do it, you can't do it, the voices of judgment, the voices of self-criticism, and the messages we hear from the world all around us, it's constantly telling us you're not enough, you're not worthy, you need to change something about yourselves. Sometimes we just need someone to help us see the beauty that exists. Sometimes we need people to help us ask the right questions and help guide us along on a journey deeper into who we are and what we want. Because if you do what you've always done, this is another Tony Robbins, you're going to get what you've always gotten. Like, you keep doing it the same way, you're going to get the same results. And so if you're here tonight, there's something that you want to shift. And so come join, come say yes to a journey. So if you are wanting to really go all in on this, not only do we have the Iron Gypsy Tribe, but there's also a couple of other options. There's VIP coaching, which is body, mind, soul transformation, where you will change how you think, you will change your body and your health, but you will also go on a deep journey into you through personal one-on-one coaching. So the information on that's on my website, and I'm offering a spring special. The third opportunity is Reiki, the love of my life. The other thing that has been most pivotal in my journey is learning Reiki and experiencing Reiki, and talk about going deep into self. Like, you can go really deep in meditation. Reiki is a whole another level of saying yes to a journey of deep going into self, letting go of everything that's held you back and aligning with your best, highest self, your intuitive abilities, your creativity, your ability to manifest, your ability to create and live from the exact space and vibration and energy that you want to live in and put out into the world. That's what Reiki can and will do for you. So information, once again, on my website, I have personal life coaching packages that include Reiki, but also I am now teaching Reiki. So if you want to learn and go on a journey deep into self, then that is definitely what you want to say yes to, is a Reiki class. And so right now I'm teaching out here in San Diego, but I'm going to be back up in the North Dakota in the summer. So there will be many opportunities for Reiki. So before we get cut off here on Instagram, I do want to say this. If you want the free meditation, if you want the free tip sheet on how to improve and develop a meditation practice that will work for you, drop your email now. Drop your email in the comments, and I will send it to you personally. I will send you the meditation, and I will send you the tip sheet, everything that you want to know about meditation, everything I didn't get to tonight. So this is kind of like a special offer. And go to my YouTube channel and Iron Gypsy on YouTube and follow me, because I have a ton of free content that is about meditation, that is about Reiki, that I'm going to be sharing over the next week or so. Don't forget to join. Don't forget to join next week and the week after at the same time for more, because I didn't even get to cover. There's so much I didn't get to cover tonight that I want to share with you guys. And finally, I will just ask you, if you have found any part of this beneficial, or you find it valuable, or you know anybody who could benefit from this video, please share it. I want to do this to help people and to inspire people, because meditation is something that maybe seems a little bit outside the box for a lot of people. But I think when we talk about it in an open space like this, and I just own my weird in front of you all, like maybe it makes it a little bit less scary and maybe you found something helpful. So please tag friends, please share this. Please subscribe on YouTube and share those videos if you find this at all beneficial. And if you have questions, email me, kesleytweed@gmail.com. You can message me on Instagram or Facebook your questions directly, and I promise you I will answer them. Does anyone have questions? We only have 1 minute and 48 seconds left on Instagram. I hate how they cut off the lives, but Facebook, I'll keep going for as long as you guys have questions. If you have any questions, please let them fly. Bring them at me. I would love to share. I'm just trying to look at my big old board here to see what else I might share on. Like I said, I did not get to talk about Reiki and I didn't get to talk about hypnosis. So somebody asked recently, oh, there went Instagram. Somebody asked me to talk about hypnosis, and I had the opportunity to take in a hypnosis course a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to be back this weekend for the second section of that. And so I've got to thank my good friend Marla, and I'm going to be sharing more about her and what she does and more about hypnosis as well in the coming days, and probably more in my Facebook Live next week. So if that's something you're interested in, stay tuned for that. And I do know that it's crazy. Like, this woman has a 99% success rate for quitting smoking in her first session with people. Like, it's that amazing, and I'm having the opportunity to learn about it. So I'm really excited. And there is a lot of similarity between meditation and hypnosis, and also things like some of you are probably Tony Robbins fans or Tony Robbins people, and you've heard of NLP. So there's a lot of NLP used in hypnosis, and so just some really cool stuff that I can't wait to share with you guys. All right, what else did I miss? Wow. What else do you want to know, guys? Is there any questions you asked that I didn't get to? I know there were a lot of questions on like how do I need to be? Do I need to be seated to do meditation? Can I do it walking? Absolutely, you can do it walking. I love to go on nature walks. I think or even on a treadmill with my eyes closed, like literally I've done a lot of meditations with a hand on a treadmill, my eyes closed at a very slow pace, meditating that way. So get rid of the rules. And I'm putting out a YouTube video on this that's called Your Practice, Your Rules. And so when it comes to meditation, whatever works for you is the best strategy. Use that. And I hope that the tips that I'm going to send you are going to be helpful, but don't think that you need to. Okay, good. I see some emails here. I'm just going to read some of the comments. So Caleb said, I definitely noticed a difference when I started meal prepping and eating somewhat clean. Absolutely. If you want to clear out your minds and how you feel, you've also got to clean out the body. So that's really, really important. Cindy said she's a believer in morning sunrise and I am statements. That's awesome. I see a lot of emails, so those people are going to get questions or get the free meditation. I see Annie asked about the difference between Reiki and pranic healing. So both are forms of energy healing. I'm not too experienced with pranic. I have been in one session, but next week I'm going to talk more about Reiki. So join in next week to hear more about that. But what I can tell you about Reiki is it's very, for me, it's brought me into a very intuitive space, and it really is about personal self-healing and an internal journey. So it's not only the Reiki session that you benefit from, it really is the journey that you take through saying yes to Reiki and through being attuned and aligned with these higher vibrations, with this life force energy that we all have accessible to us, but we don't often know how to work with it, how to interpret it, how to understand it, and how to direct it. And so that's what Reiki practitioners like myself do in Reiki sessions. So Reiki, some of the benefits include a lot of the same things as meditation: releasing what you're holding, letting go of negative energies, letting go of limiting beliefs, aligning with and creating and manifesting more of what you want. Gosh, there's so much, and like literally Reiki is a whole show on itself, a whole live event on itself. So I'm definitely going to get there next week. So please, 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 Annie, join. And then I've also got some Facebook videos I'm going to be sharing with you guys, or excuse me, some YouTube videos I'm going to share with you guys on Reiki as well. So what else do you guys have? Questions, comments. Drop a line. What did you learn tonight? Anything. Is there anything that you took with you tonight that you found valuable? Because that gives me energy and that gives me motivation to keep this going, because I need to know, I want to know what you found helpful. I'm also going to be doing a live event here in San Diego about meditation. And I'm doing a speaking event up in Santa Clara at a big fitness expo that your comments and what you found valuable from this will help other people, will help me better share and improve what I share with other people. So what was your favorite part? What did you learn? I'm asking, please, please, please comment and share, because that information is really, I'd be really grateful just to hear from you guys what you enjoyed and what you found helpful. What else on my crazy board of information and questions that I had? So for me personally, I talked about you don't have to do meditation in a specific position, but I do like to sit in a cross-legged position, and I like to prop up my butt with pillows. You can actually see like that behind me. So that's where I sit when I meditate. I'll give you guys the behind the scenes. I sit on pillows and I sit on my couch, and some days I like to lie down. So you've heard of something, maybe some of you have heard of Yoga Nidra, which is like a very deep form of yoga that puts you into almost like a sleep state. I have found that even sleeping with intention, you guys are going to love this. Sleeping with intention can be a form of meditation. So set the intention for yourself. You know, what do I want to learn? What do I want to let go of? What do I need for healing? What do I need to, get more energy? Like, let me receive that tonight as I sleep, or in this 20-minute nap, or whatever. You can use sleep as a form of meditation, as a form of self-healing if you set that intention. This happened to me the other day. I wasn't feeling well, and I literally set the intention, like, let me heal, let me release, let me see, let me learn, let me hear, let me feel whatever it is that I need. And there were some beautiful dreams that happened. I could feel things shifting in my body. It was really amazing. So get rid of the rules and just say, okay, let's try this. Let's bring it on, and just start setting intentions, living your life from a place of intention. And that's really where we can start to shift in and feel and move. Dennis said, intention setting, great idea. Setting an intention before the meditation. That's what Annie said. Annie, I answered your question on Reiki and pranic. Anything else you guys learned or found helpful, please, please, please share. I'm going to cut it off here pretty soon. Let's see. We talked about the barriers and the mental chatter. So like I said, that was one of the biggest questions. So if you're having a lot going on in your mind and you feel like you can't get quiet, don't judge yourself for that. That's first and foremost. Like, don't judge it. Create the to-do list before you go into the meditation. And allow it to take you deeper. If something keeps coming up, it's probably something that you need to explore and you need to look into and you need to use to take you deeper into you. So allow it to take you there. Use it to your advantage. Receive the signals, receive the signs, receive the intuitive insights that are coming to you in the form of your thoughts, in the form of what you're holding and feeling in your body. Okay. So a few more things before we wrap up. So a lot of the tools, I wanted to share some of the tools that I like to use. And I got into this a little bit the other day, but of course a journal. So what I like to do is I like to write down the questions that I have, the questions that I want to answer in the meditation, or even the intentions that I have. Oftentimes I'll kind of purge my thoughts before in journaling, and then after the fact, I will journal as well, anything that came up. And journaling also have the same approach to this. No rules, no judgment, do it your way. You don't even have to write in complete sentences. Just let it flow. It's not so much about going back and reading it as it is a way of just purging and letting go of your thoughts and just letting the insights come through. Some people don't like to journal. I like to type my journaling a lot of times, but I've also seen it be really beneficial to record a video or to record voice notes of yourself, or to just like literally talk to yourself. It's going to sound insane, but it doesn't always have to be written to be a form of journaling. Literally, like my Reiki teacher, she's doing a podcast where her journal is the podcast. Like her thoughts just flow, and that can be really healing as well. One of the most healing things for us is actually the sound of our own voice. So if you feel like you need to speak it, speak it. So journals, I love to use incense. I find that I'm very sensory. I'm a very tactile learner. So like I like, different senses. So I like to see it, feel it, hear it, smell it. And so I just find that using incense really helps me root into the meditation and go deeper and just sort of put me in that space about, okay, now I'm going to meditate. Sage, I also like to burn sage and clear the room, clear my space with sage before I do a Reiki session or before I meditate. And this is a way of cleansing, clearing any negative or lower energies. So I do it around the room, and then I do it around my body, and then I open the door and I let anything that's negative, anything that needs to be released, I let it flow out. So that's a beautiful practice to get into as well. I love, you guys probably know because you see me in them all the time, I love crystals. So I often use crystals in my meditation. And, there's so much to know about crystals. And you can read a lot online about what crystals might be good for specific intentions. But something that I do with students in Reiki courses is I help them learn how to gather information that a crystal is holding and gather specific information that might be for them and for their journey from the crystal. So I know that sounds kind of insane again as well, but you have to try it. You've got to say yes to the Reiki journey before I can really show you that. But crystals can be a great way of rooting into intentions, and really what they do is amplify. They amplify vibrations, they amplify intentions, and beyond the lifting that we get energetically, for me, even from a tangible perspective, they really, they're a good reminder. They're a good reminder. Like this, I wear all the time. It's a good reminder of the intention that I set for this particular crystal, this particular piece that I wear. The other thing that I really enjoy, that if you guys are interested in this, we can talk more about this as well on a video or something, but I love oracle cards. And oracle cards are really cool because really, like, okay, y'all, I'm getting into some things that they're probably like uncomfortable territory for many people. I've talked about astrology, I've talked about oracle cards, I've talked about all these things that your religion might tell you it's bad. Okay, it's the energy you're calling in. It's the intention that you set for it. So I believe that there is a higher power that wants to guide us, wants to help us, and is willing to give us insights and intuition to help us on our journey. And so how fun is it, and how intuitive and how like helpful can it be to have something like these little inspiration cards, we'll call them, that can give us some guidance on, okay, this is an area that maybe you need to do some meditation on. Or one thing that I always ask myself at the beginning of the day is like, what energy do I need to align with for this day? And I'll draw a card just to see what comes up, and then I'll just meditate on it and say, what could this mean for me? Like, what could this particular card mean for me? And this one is called Follow Your Own Rhythm. And how perfect is it that today, in what I was sharing here, is all about following your own rhythm, all about doing things your way, all about your meditation practice and making it yours. And really the space that I'm in, even from a coaching perspective, is about sharing with you from a place of authenticity. Like, this is what I do. You might think it's crazy. You might think it's woo-woo. You might think it's weird. but it's me, and this is where I am, and these are the things that have brought me so much value and so much joy and so much fun and so much just ability to like see things in a new way that, you know what, if you think it's weird or judge it or whatever, that's cool, but I love it and I think it's fun. And I think that this follow your own rhythm is not only for me, but it's for all of us, because again, I've said this a few times throughout this live, there are millions of people out there, millions of products, millions of marketers, millions of, people telling us we can't or we shouldn't, or, that's not you, or that's not the way, or that's not going to be accepted. If it's just me saying this, and I know it's not, I know there are many people, like, I want to tell you that the real you is the best you. The real you, your rhythm, finding your own way, making your mistakes, earning your gifts, learning along the way, and just your journey of growth. It's beautiful. That's a beautiful life. For me, that is the most beautiful life, and that's what we're here for. It's just to learn and to grow and to find our rhythm. So whether it's your body, which is a lot of what we talk about in the Love Your Body program, it's all about finding your rhythm and creating from a place of love. So you can have whatever you want. You can create whatever you want on the outside, but we've got to shift the inside first. And we've got to learn to love ourselves, and we've got to then create from that space. And so we've got to trust ourselves. We've got to know that our journey is a beautiful journey. All the mistakes, the lessons, the bumps in the road, the things that we think are weird that we eventually start to see that are our greatest gifts. That's your rhythm. So today, follow your own rhythm. And some of these cards are they're really beautiful, I think, but anyway, there are different decks out there. So this one is called Sacred Rebels, but if this doesn't resonate with you, or even if the whole Oracle thing doesn't resonate with you, like, take it or leave it, whatever. I love it. If you want to learn more about it, ask me questions, and I'll go deeper into it on a future Facebook Live or a future event. Let's see. I think those are all the tools and things that I wanted to share. And let's see, Jody had a comment. When I meditate in the morning with your guided meditations, I start my day out in a place of peace. I love it and need to make it a practice. Beautiful. And exactly, I love that we're using this word practice, because that is exactly what meditation is. It's a practice. It's not about perfection. It's not about practice makes perfect even necessarily. It's a practice. It's refining, it's growing, it's evolving. My meditation practice evolves all the time. I learn a new tool, I learn something new, I learn things at the hypnosis course that I went to that I've now incorporated into my meditation. I go to a Tony Robbins event and I'm like, yeah, I love what he said about that, or I love how he does that. And so I incorporate it and I try it, and it's a practice. It's a practice on, what it is that I need, what do I want to align with, what my intention is, and I modify my meditation based on that. But it's all about, what do you want to get? What do you want to receive? Caleb said, I need to meditate more. Underneath the welding hood is where I spend most of my time and where I'm most in my mind. That's great. So like, if your job, what you do brings you into self, like some people have beautiful, creative jobs where they work with their hands or they're creating, like there's nowhere I feel more in me, aligned with me, than at the gym, first of all. But secondly, when I'm creating, when I'm writing, when I'm, sharing in a video, even like this, like I truly am sharing from a space of, this is me, this is my authentic self. And I'm having to dig deep in me to share what is really true and authentic. And so it doesn't always have to be, once again, this closed eye business. It can be meditation that happens in life. And you want to say yes to a journey of growth. Like, it happens in life. I tell my clients this all the time. We learn the most from just doing life and just stopping and observing. What did I learn from that? What would I do differently? What was great about that? What am I grateful for? And that's where meditation can be so beautiful, but it doesn't always have to be eyes closed, legs crossed meditation. What do you want to get more out of, in life? And how can you get there? Who can get there? Who can get you there? What have you done the same forever that today you want to say yes to doing a little bit differently? So maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's just owning more of yourself and being more authentic. You know, you want to feel more of something in your life. Maybe it's aligning with that in the morning and taking the time to just do one quick affirmation or I am statement. Maybe it's a quote that you've picked out of from Instagram that you're like, this, I'm going to live this. I'm going to be this. I'm going to align with this. Like, just pick one thing, one action, one step that you will take in this moment to say yes to more growth, more of what you want in life, more of whatever the intention was that rose up for you, the reason why you came tonight. And maybe it's changed. Like, what is one action? What is one step that you can take to align with that? Because, you know, meditation isn't about just the ability to say like, yes, I meditate. Like, it's kind of become this like cool thing, right? But if you don't live it, if you don't carry that forward into your life, if you don't take action, if you don't radiate, and it's not even always about action, but like deciding how you want to make it part of your being, embodying what you've learned in your meditation, then it's lost, right? Like, we've got to live it. We've got to radiate it. We've got to be the energy, or we've got to take the action. So what's it going to be for you? If you want to share something, I would love that. Richard said, thanks, you rock. I love it. Thank you so much. Cindy said, life is a dance full of rhythm, your personal rhythm, and tuning into self and others. Beautiful. Okay, you guys, I think I've kept this going a really long time. So remember, if you want the free meditation, please, please, please drop your email. If you've enjoyed this tonight, please share. Please tag your friends. Please tag anyone that you think would find this beneficial. And go to KesleyTweed.com and look under VIP, Reiki, or my programs and pricing information and Iron Gypsy Tribe to learn more about what it is that I do. It all connects to what, like, everything I've shared with you, like, this is me and this is what I help people with and this is what I do. I help people see themselves in the best light, in the true light, in their truth. I help people to find their truth. I help people live more fulfilled. I help people get whatever it is that they want to feel, whatever they want more of in their life. I help them get that. I find a way. We find a way together. I'm the guide. I hold the space. I point you in the right direction. I give you the right questions. I remind you how amazing you are and that you can do it. And I pull from all the experiences and the courses and the amazing mentors and people that I've had that have helped me. And now I want to pay it forward. So, you know, you might be looking at me like, what does this girl know? Or like, maybe I'm younger than you, or maybe, you know, you knew me at a different point in my life where I was partying all the time and you're like, what does she know? I've learned a lot. I've had quite a journey and it's been quite a transformation and quite a change. And I'm just like bursting at the seams to share that with you, and from a place of authenticity and unconditional love and non-judgment. I really, really think that's what we all need more of in this world, is non-judgment and unconditional love. Like, just love, 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 and not being afraid to do that and say that and feel that and give it away. So, like I said, if any of this has resonated, I'd love to work with you. I'd love to chat with you. I do give free consultations. So if you're interested in just learning more about Iron Gypsy, hit me up. We'll set something up. And let's see, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube for all the free videos that are coming. Drop your email, share, tag, join in next week, same time, same place, 6 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Central. And we'll talk about Reiki next week, my other love of my life. So thank you so much for joining, and can't wait to work with all of you. And Jen said, thanks, Kesley. You are the best. I would love the free meditation. Absolutely, girl. It's coming your way. All right, we'll close it up there. Thanks for joining. Be love. Keep your cup full. Enjoy your journey. Peace and love.